Let's now see what happens when you have a job. So the different slides you're going to see are taken from a YouGov survey. Right, so here is some information. The survey was entitled Race at Work 2015. So the idea here is that racial harassment and bullying within workplaces is prevalent. More than a quarter of all BAME, so Black, Asian and minority ethnic groups, witness or experience racial harassment or bullying from managers in the last 5 years. 32% of them have witnessed or experienced racial harassment from colleagues in the last 5 years. So we've got harassment both from colleagues and from managers. And here you have the result by specific ethnic groups. Okay, so you have this feeling here. So survey respondents by ethnic group who stated they had experienced or witnessed racial harassment or bullying from managers in the last 5 years. See, Black people are the first to report this type of problem. So what you need to keep in mind is that really racist harassment or bullying at work is not a thing of the past. 3 out of 10 employees reported this happening in the last year. Okay, so I invite you here to stop here to compare the different groups and to see what happened. But it's really something that is still prevalent today. And perhaps more than in France, it is a taboo. Perhaps because of multiculturalism, where officially every group is supposed to have the same rights that we don't have in France. In France, I don't know if you remember, but we've had a campaign which clearly showed that depending on what you look like, you were more likely to get a job or not. I've added the link to the campaign on the Encompass page, and you can compare it to a similar survey that was conducted in Britain, and the completely different reaction to those results, where they sent they send resume, and half of them are with white names and the other are with foreign sounding names, and the people with foreign sounding names are never called back, while those with the French sounding names are. Okay. You see the differences here in reaction in France and in Britain, where similar research was conducted. Well, anyway, in this YouGov survey, Race at Work, it was found that UK workplaces are less comfortable talking about race than they are talking about other issues such as age or gender. 42% of white employees report this, compared to 34% of employees from a BAME background. Around 4 in 10 employees say colleagues are comfortable talking about race in the workplace. That's also a problem. It is difficult to solve a problem if no one wants to talk about it, if no one wants to acknowledge it. The other issue that was highlighted by this survey was that there's a lack of support for employees around equality, diversity and fairness issues. Many people want to complain, but they know they're not going to be taken seriously, or that there are going to be consequences if they complain about racial discrimination, etc.